Listen closely, my friends. Chia seeds might be one of the best natural foods for your digestion, energy, blood sugar, and heart health, but only if you use them correctly. Most people don't. And especially for seniors, the wrong method can lead to dehydration, choking, blood sugar crashes, even dangerous medication interactions. Most people look at chia seeds and see something harmless, something tiny, something that couldn't possibly cause damage, but inside these tiny seeds lies a power that can work for you or against you, depending entirely on how you use it. And the danger begins the moment you eat them dry, because chia doesn't behave like any ordinary food. It behaves like a sponge with a mission. Scientists at the National Institute of Health have shown that chia seeds can absorb 10 to 12 times their weight in water, and they don't wait for water in a glass to do that. They will pull moisture from anywhere, including your throat, your esophagus, and your stomach. Imagine swallowing something that begins to expand inside you, pulling in liquid, swelling, forming a gel-like mass that grows thicker with every passing minute. That is exactly what dry chia seeds do, and for seniors whose digestive speed slows by nearly 50% after age 60, this expansion can become more than uncomfortable. It can quickly become dangerous. Every year, emergency rooms see cases of people struggling to breathe or swallow because the chia seeds they ate dry began absorbing moisture from their saliva, thickening instantly, creating a sticky, expandable paste that lodges in the throat. In one documented medical case, a man who took a spoonful of dry chia seeds, followed it with water, and immediately felt his throat seal as the seeds expanded almost instantly into a gel mass that blocked his airway. Doctors had to remove the swollen seeds manually. This is not fear-mongering, this is physiology. Chia is meant to expand before digestion, not during it, and the body of a senior, which naturally produces less saliva, has slower peristalsis, and is more prone to dehydration, becomes the perfect environment for chia to expand in all the wrong ways. When chia seeds swell inside the digestive tract, something else happens that most people never expect. The seeds begin pulling water from the stomach lining and intestinal walls. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that dehydrated fiber becomes sticky and heavy, slowing digestion dramatically. Seniors who are already struggling with slow motility can experience bloating, cramping, constipation, or the feeling of food sitting in the gut for hours. Some describe it as a brick in the stomach. But the truth is, the chia isn't the enemy. It's the method. When you eat chia dry, it becomes a sponge inside you. When you soak chia first, it becomes a tool that your body can use properly. The transformation is that dramatic, that scientists call chia a hydrophilic colloid, which means it forms a thick gel when hydrated. That gel is magical when prepared correctly because it slows the release of glucose, stabilizes blood sugar, feeds good gut bacteria, improves bowel movements, and supports hydration at a cellular level. But when that same gel forms inside a dry digestive environment, it becomes a blockage. And here's something even more surprising. Seniors are more prone to dehydration even when they think they're drinking enough. Research shows that adults over 60 often have a reduced thirst response, meaning their bodies need water long before their brain sends the signal. Eating dry chia in a body that's already even slightly dehydrated becomes a perfect storm for digestive distress. Many people who take dry chia experience a sudden tightness in the chest, not because the heart is in danger, but because the esophagus is struggling to move the swelling seeds downward. The internal pressure causes a sensation similar to acid reflux or even a panic attack. Some seniors take antacids thinking their stomach is reacting poorly, when in reality it's the water-absorbing nature of the dry chia doing exactly what it always does: expand. This is why soaking chia is not optional. It's essential. When chia is pre-soaked, it absorbs the liquid outside the body, fully expands, softens, and becomes a smooth gel that slides through the digestive tract instead of fighting against it. And the difference in hydration is stunning. 1 tablespoon of dry chia pulls up to 3 ounces of liquid after it's swallowed, but when that same tablespoon is soaked in water for 15 to 20 minutes, it already reaches its full expansion before it enters your body. Your body no longer has to sacrifice moisture to help the seeds swell. Instead, you're giving your gut a fully hydrated, gel-rich source of soluble fiber that glides through the intestines, improving motility and preventing constipation, the exact opposite of the damage dry chia causes. When chia is soaked, it also interacts differently with the stomach's natural acids. Dry chia seeds can clump together in acidic environments. Soaked chia seeds disperse evenly through the digestive tract instead of sticking together. This matters even more for seniors with acid reflux, hiatal hernia, or GERD. Gastroenterologists warn that dry chia can trap acid beneath it, intensifying heartburn episodes. But when soaked, chia becomes soothing to the gut, almost like aloe vera, coating the lining and slowing acid spikes. There is also the issue of choking risk, and while no one wants to think about it, it's critical to understand. Seniors experience up to a 40% reduction in swallowing reflex speed as they age. The throat becomes drier, the response time slows. Eating anything that expands, clumps, or thickens can quickly become dangerous. Dry chia seeds expand so fast that if even a few seeds get stuck in a partially dry throat, they begin swelling right there. But when chia is soaked, that risk drops to almost zero because the seeds are already fully expanded, slippery, soft, and gel-like. And here's something more shocking. Chia absorbs moisture even from food. If you mix dry chia into yogurt, oatmeal, or pudding and eat it immediately, the seeds will still expand inside your body because they didn't have enough time to absorb the liquid first. Soaking isn't just recommended, it's the safest method supported by nutritionists, gastroenterologists, and clinical research. When chia is soaked, its benefits become far more powerful. The omega-3 fats become easier for the body to access. The soluble fiber becomes more effective at lowering cholesterol. The gel matrix slows sugar absorption more evenly. Hydrated chia is a nutritional powerhouse. Dry chia is a hazard disguised as health food. So when we say never eat dry chia seeds, it's not a dramatic warning. It's the difference between a food that heals you and a food that can hurt you. Soak your chia, give it time to expand, let it become the gel your body is designed to use safely, and every single benefit, and from digestion to heart health to hydration, becomes stronger, smoother, and far safer for seniors. Most people think fiber is harmless, that more is always better, that one big spoonful of chia seeds will instantly make them healthier. But the human body doesn't work that way, especially not the body of a senior whose digestive system has changed dramatically with age. Scientists at the Mayo Clinic have shown that digestive motility, the speed at which food moves through the gut, can slow by nearly 60% in adults over 60. That means the same tablespoon of chia that a 25-year-old tolerates easily can overwhelm the gut of a senior who introduces that fiber too quickly. And when chia hits a slow digestive system with full force, the results aren't gentle. They're shocking, uncomfortable, and sometimes dangerous. Gas builds up, the intestines swell, pressure rises, cramps kick in like a vice tightening around the abdomen, and most people don't realize the cause because the symptoms can mimic indigestion, IBS, or even gallbladder issues. But the truth is simpler. Too much chia, too fast. Chia's fiber is powerful because it's almost entirely soluble. When it interacts with water, it forms a gel that slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, feeds the microbiome, and removes toxins from the colon. But that same gel, when consumed in quantities the body isn't ready for, creates a traffic jam inside the gut. Imagine pouring cement into a pipe that isn't ready to handle it. The body tries to move it along, but the gel thickens, expands, and resists movement. And what most seniors don't know is that their gastrointestinal tract becomes less efficient with age because the muscles lining the intestines weaken, nerve signaling slows, and the stomach produces less acid. Combine that with a sudden surge of soluble fiber and you have the perfect storm for discomfort. Medical research shows that 1 tablespoon of chia contains 5 grams of soluble fiber, more than many adults consume in an entire day. Jumping from a low-fiber diet to a high-fiber load overnight isn't just a shock, it's a physiological stress event. The gut bacteria, which depend on gradual changes to adjust and balance themselves, become overwhelmed. Good bacteria bloom too quickly, fermentation skyrockets, gas pressures spike, and inside the belly, seniors feel the sharp, twisting cramps that can last for hours. This isn't the body rejecting chia, it's the body begging for a slower introduction. But the second part of this mistake, you're not drinking enough water, is even more dangerous and far more common. Chia seeds don't just benefit from water, they demand it. Soluble fiber is designed by nature to absorb liquid, swell, and create bulk to support digestion. But when chia doesn't find enough water in the stomach or intestines, it takes it from the body instead, from the tissues, from the stomach lining, even from surrounding food. Seniors are already at higher risk for dehydration because their thirst response weakens with age. They often don't drink until they're already dehydrated, and by that point, chia's expansion becomes a problem. Imagine adding a sponge into a system that's already dry. It doesn't soften anything. It steals moisture and makes the environment even drier. That's exactly what unhydrated chia does inside a dehydrated body. It thickens, it grows, it slows digestion even further. Researchers at Harvard School of Public Health emphasize that any increase in fiber must be matched with an increase in water, especially soluble fiber, because without hydration, fiber becomes sticky and heavy, forming a sludge-like paste that sits in the colon and causes constipation so severe that some seniors require medical intervention. And what most people don't realize is that dehydration doesn't always feel like thirst. In seniors, it often feels like fatigue, fogginess, dizziness, dry mouth, or weakness. So when they add chia to their diet without increasing water intake, the seeds begin absorbing fluid silently, and the person may feel the consequences hours later in the form of abdominal pressure or a bowel movement that simply refuses to come. The body is trying to move a gel that has become too thick, too dry, and too heavy. And this is when seniors often believe something is wrong with chia or wrong with their stomach. But in truth, the problem is hydration, the missing ingredient that turns chia from a burden into a blessing. Hydration changes everything. When chia has enough water, it becomes a smooth gel that travels through the gut with ease. It increases stool bulk without causing strain. It feeds the microbiome slowly and steadily, avoiding the fermentation spike that causes gas. It lowers blood sugar spikes by slowing glucose absorption, something especially important for seniors with diabetes or insulin resistance. It lubricates the intestines, making bowel movements softer and more regular. In fact, studies show that hydrated fiber can reduce constipation by as much as 60% in older adults. But none of these benefits appear when chia is consumed too fast or with too little water. This is why starting small is not just a suggestion. It is a biological necessity. The gut needs time to adapt. The microbiome needs time to grow in the right way. The nerves in the intestines need time to adjust to new levels of stretch and motility. Seniors who begin with just 1 teaspoon of chia each day give their bodies the chance to learn, adapt, and respond gradually. After a week, when the gut has become familiar with that new fiber load, increasing to a full tablespoon feels natural instead of overwhelming. The swelling, the pressure, the cramps, all of it reduces dramatically because the body now has the water and the time it needs to process chia correctly. And this is where hydration becomes a healing force. Every teaspoon of chia introduced slowly signals the body to prepare for expansion. Every glass of water supports the fiber's job instead of fighting it. Seniors often underestimate how dehydration affects digestion. Water doesn't just soften stool, it powers the entire digestive engine. Without water, the colon slows down. Without water, the stomach empties more slowly. Without water, fiber becomes a burden. But with water, chia becomes one of the most effective digestive tools on earth, capable of improving regularity, reducing cholesterol, stabilizing blood sugar, lowering inflammation, and supporting long-term gut health. The truth is simple. Chia is not dangerous. The speed of introduction is dangerous. The lack of hydration is dangerous. But when seniors start small and hydrate deeply, chia becomes a powerful ally, one that works with the body instead of against it. And the transformation is not subtle. It is felt in smoother mornings, lighter digestion, more energy, and a gut that finally begins to move the way nature intended: steady, balanced, and free. Most people hear the word chia and think of something harmless, something natural, something too gentle to interfere with medication. But nature doesn't work that way, and the human body definitely doesn't work that way, especially in seniors whose systems become more sensitive, more reactive, and far more vulnerable to unexpected interactions. The truth is that chia seeds, as small as they are, carry biochemical forces powerful enough to amplify medications, lower blood sugar beyond safe limits, thin the blood more than intended, and drop blood pressure in ways that can leave seniors dizzy, faint, or dangerously unstable. And none of this happens because chia is bad. It happens because chia is potent, far more potent than most people ever realize. Scientists at the Journal of Food Science explained that chia seeds contain one of the highest concentrations of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3, and omega-3s naturally reduce inflammation and thin the blood. This is beneficial in most people because it supports heart health, reduces clot risk, and improves circulation. But for seniors taking medications like aspirin, clopidogrel, warfarin, or other blood thinners, chia can intensify these effects silently. The blood becomes too thin, bruising becomes more frequent, minor cuts take longer to stop bleeding, and in some cases, nosebleeds, dizziness, or sudden weakness can appear without warning. These are not coincidences. They are the chemical consequences of combining powerful natural compounds with equally powerful medications. But the medication risks do not end there. Chia seeds slow the breakdown of carbohydrates and delay sugar entering the bloodstream. This is wonderful for balancing glucose naturally, and it's the reason many people experience more stable energy after adding chia to their breakfast. But for seniors taking diabetes medications such as metformin, glipizide, glyburide, or insulin, the natural blood sugar lowering effect of chia can push levels too low. And the danger with low blood sugar is that it doesn't whisper, it strikes. 1 minute you feel fine, the next minute the room is spinning, your hands tremble, your heart races, and confusion sets in so quickly that many seniors mistake it for anxiety or a sudden drop in blood pressure. But behind the scenes, it's the combined power of medication plus chia quietly dragging glucose levels lower than the body is prepared for. Studies from the American Diabetes Association confirm that soluble fiber can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by as much as 39%, which is incredible for those not on medication and risky for those who are. When fiber slows digestion, medication can hit harder than expected. It absorbs faster, it lasts longer, it creates a double effect, and the body, especially the aging body, feels every bit of that intensity. A senior expecting a mild drop in blood sugar may suddenly find themselves weak, dizzy, sweating, or unable to focus because the chia enhanced the medication's power. And the greatest danger is that most people never connect the dots. They think they had a stressful moment, or they skipped a meal, or they didn't sleep well. But the truth is simple. The chia worked too well, too fast, in combination with the medication already doing its job. And then there is the blood pressure interaction, the one almost everyone overlooks. Chia seeds are naturally high in potassium, magnesium, fiber, and antioxidants, all of which gently lower blood pressure by relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation. This is why chia is praised for heart health. But what happens when a senior who already takes blood pressure medication like amlodipine, lisinopril, or losartan adds chia into their diet at full force? The blood pressure drops further than expected. The legs feel weak. Standing up becomes difficult. Vision blurs for a few seconds. The world tilts slightly. These are not random signs of aging. They are symptoms of a blood pressure drop created by the amplified effect of chia combined with medication. Doctors call this stacking, where two separate actions combine to create one stronger effect. And seniors whose bodies don't react as predictably as they once did feel this stacking more intensely. The heart may beat slower, the brain may receive less oxygen momentarily, and because the symptoms mimic age-related fatigue, most people never suspect chia. But the research is clear. Any natural product that lowers blood pressure will interact with medications that do the same, and chia is one of the most powerful natural regulators available. Even cholesterol medications can interact indirectly with chia. Soluble fiber binds to cholesterol in the gut and helps remove it, which is a good thing. But seniors taking statins may suddenly notice unusual fatigue or muscle heaviness because the medication and the chia are both trying to lower LDL at the same time. While not dangerous for everyone, this doubled effect can lead to a body that feels drained, heavy, or depleted. And the reason all of this matters so deeply is because seniors metabolize medications differently. The liver slows down, the kidneys work harder, digestion becomes slower, the bloodstream holds medication longer. This means that anything, absolutely anything, that enhances medication effect can create an unexpected physiological response. Chia is one of the foods that can do exactly that. But here's the part most people miss. Chia itself isn't the threat. The problem is dosage. The body of a senior simply cannot adjust quickly to the nutritional power packed into a tablespoon of chia. The fiber works fast. The omega-3s work deeply. The hydration effects work instantly. The blood pressure and blood sugar benefits begin within minutes. Everything chia does is amplified in a smaller, older, more sensitive system, especially one that's already being supported with medication. This is why experts recommend what seems like a simple rule. Limit chia to 1 tablespoon a day if you're on medication. It's not about restriction, it's about balance. It's about giving the body enough to benefit without overwhelming the system. It's about allowing nature and medicine to work together instead of competing against each other. When seniors take just 1 tablespoon of chia spaced well away from their medication, the body handles the nutrients smoothly, without sudden reactions or dangerous drops. The benefits remain strong: better digestion, improved energy, stable blood sugar, healthier heart, but the risks stay low. And this is the message most people never hear. Chia is powerful enough to heal you, but powerful enough to disrupt you if you don't respect its strength. The key is awareness. The key is balance. The key is understanding that the smallest foods often create the biggest effects inside the human body. Seniors don't need to fear chia. They simply need to use it intentionally, slowly, consistently, and always with an awareness of what medication is already doing inside their system. When that balance is found, chia becomes not a risk, but a remarkable ally.